All right, yo. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another stream. Idra, I can see you already joined literally again before I started stream. I don't know how you guys are so fast, but props to you for making it this early. So real quick life updates. I think it's been 3 days since my last stream. Uh, Basically no real update. It's been the weekend, just kind of taking time off, catching up on sleep, and prepping for another big week ahead. So again, I don't have any interview stuff to cover today. No, again, no updates since the last time we've kind of talked. And I guess I don't think I'm going to do any more kind of leak code stuff today, just because we've been on that grind for a little bit. I want to switch gears a little bit and go into some other kinds of projects. So today I have a school lab, which I need to finish by today. Actually, it's already Monday. So yeah, I have the shell project, which we've talked about a little bit before on stream, but it's basically trying to build an interactive Linux-like shell using C++ and Lex and Yak and some other OS tools. So this is a extremely difficult project, which I've been working on pretty much for like half of the semester and have made not a lot of headway into, unfortunately. But it's due tomorrow, or sorry, it's due today. Like in the next 24 hours ish, it needs to be done, finished, and submitted, uh, which is gonna be a little bit tough. Yeah, you procrastinated. I did procrastinate. I procrastinated hard. We got an extension for the project, and I procrastinated again. So, kind of on me, but also this project is literally just hard as hell. So, it is going to be a very long day. Luckily, I've already slept, so I don't need to sleep anymore. But yeah. Also, yeah, do check out. Let me flip this way. I do have my boards in the back. I have one longboard. You know what? Let me just go over here. I have one longboard from like high school and another shorter board which I got also in high school actually, but I use those very often around college just to get around. Come on, autofocus. There we go. Anyway, so today's stream is going to be trying to get all those projects done in some way possible. TikTok lights. Oh man, say that one more time, dude. I'm banning you from stream. But no, seriously, I mean, I need to somehow find a way to finish this project in the next like 23 hours now, 22 hours. And that's gonna be my life. Luckily though, if we can get this done, that'll be it. Like this entire week, that's kind of the biggest thing I have to do. Once that is done, I can chill, and it'll be a fun week. So let's dive into this literally impossible project. In fact, you know what? Let's rename this channel, Doing the Impossible. Building a shell in 24 hours. Sweet. All right, yeah, let's rename our stream to just be a little more appropriate. All right, let's get our desktop set up. Flip our chat into here and get our frickin', where is it? Monitor. There we go. Oh geez, why is my screen all whatever? I've been like playing around with different screen settings just because I'm trying to see if there's a way if I can ever run 1080p from this laptop, which I don't think I will, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. All right, get that positioned like there, and this positioned there. Cracking coding interview, leak code is enough, right? I think I missed context. I don't know if I missed a couple messages while I was slipping through. But if you're talking about enough to be able to, I guess, get interviews, I'd say that's like 80%. But the interview process itself is kind of a nightmare. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, personally, I didn't enjoy cracking the coding interview. Like I have the book, it's in this drawer, and I want to say I've read like 20 pages of it out of the entire book. But I personally think like leak code, getting on some forums, I think really helps. Like I recommend Jumpstart. I know some other people have recommended Blind, but I can personally vouch for Jumpstart. Jumpstart.me, I think is the URL. but again, between kind of knowing what's going on and just hammering out leak codes, I think that's kind of the best way to approach it, at least from personal experience. But again, I don't know if I missed a couple of messages because my chat only goes like right there. I can't see anything above. So if I missed messages, my apologies. Anyways, let's see. I think we're all set. Let's get into this lab. So we got to do our CD documents. Let's SSH into our server. Oh, wow. And last thing. All right. So what do we need to do? We need to show you shell. Any good resources for learning DP? Personally, I think LeetCode. There's this link I dropped almost every stream, which I'll go ahead and drop here as well. I think if you're able to go here, you can go ahead and like click through. And again, this is just like a really clean way to see like what kind of LeetCode problems are there. I think if you go through here, you pick dynamic programming and you kind of just go in this order. That's the best way I recommend it. That's the way which I've done it in the past. Not that I'm a LeetCode expert by any means, but I really recommend this resource. And if I was trying to learn, DP from start to finish, I would definitely start right here. So, yeah, that's how I would approach it. All right, so here is our shell. Yeah, of course. Hope that helps. And if you have any questions, you can always let me know. Happy to answer. But let's see. So yeah, this is the actual project. Let me flip. You know what? Gotta do a couple more things. Gotta move OBS here. And let's move Stream Manager there. Okay, so here's what we need to build. Y'all are mostly probably familiar with what just normal Linux terminal looks like. I can flip around. There are some commands. I can like change directories. I can open files. Sure, whatever. Right? And I can just look at stuff, whatever. It's basics for how most OSs work is just operating with, some sort of shell or a terminal. So the project which I'm building for the CS class right now is actually rebuilding what that terminal should do and re-implementing some of its functionality. So this is what we have so far. So you can kind of tell when I'm using, I guess, this session versus normal session, because my session will say my shell. But I need to be able to do the same thing, right? Like go over here, type some commands, be able to open files or whatever. And yeah, just like other like basic kind of stuff relating to how a shell works. So for the most part, I want to say like 20%. I guess it's not the most part, is it? But for a decent portion, the shell kind of works as expected. Like I can do some basic commands. I can do pretty much ls and grep and some other useless, sessions. But the issue which we're running into is, firstly, where do I even start? We have a lot of issues. In fact, let's just pull this up. Let's go to the lab document, and we can kind of compare what I have working versus like what we need to have working in the next 24 hours. All right, so lab handouts. Okay, and we need to go to lab. What is this, 4? Lab 3? Writing your own shell? Yep. And yeah, we'll walk through like all the other nonsense that we need working like right now. All right, so here's the deal. There was part 1 that was due like a month ago. Part 2 that was due 2 weeks ago. Part 3 is due today. Again, at midnight, in like 24 hours. So part 1 is not entirely working. Full disclosure, like what we were supposed to have working a month ago still isn't complete, which is kind of terrible. But for the most part, it works. The only thing which we don't have working, I believe, is pipes. So I can say like ls-al grep and that will work, but as soon as I layer that with a second pipe, our program just hangs completely and stops working. So first thing we got to do is figure out why our pipes are failing, because that is like blocking literally every single other part of this project. Like when I run the autograder, I get like 10 out of 70 because it literally cannot run any of the other test cases past pipes. So what was supposed to be done a month ago, we'll start working on that. And then that'll be part one, so that should be cool. Regarding part two, I think we got this working. Zombie elimination, I think, is working. We'll test that. Exit works. Quotes maybe works. Escaping maybe works. Built-in functions all work, so that's cool. Shell RC we don't have working. Subshell I don't think we have working. And subshell is probably the hardest part of this entire project. So yeah, that'll be cool. And then once we have the first two parts working, which will be absolutely magical if we can get those done, we got the entirety of part three, which is probably no better. So we got like wildcards, which I don't even know what that means. Got some environment variables, that should be fine. And we got basically whatever the rest of this stuff is, which I wish I could tell you, but I honestly have no clue. But again, here's how we're going to approach this. We just need to get one thing working at a time. I think we're going to get overwhelmed if I start looking at everything that needs to be done and trying to think about like how I'm going to finish that. We're just going to pick one thing at a time, work through that, and then we can move on. So to start, let's get our pipes working, because again, that is literally blocking everything else from moving forward. And if we can't figure out pipes, then we're like dearly screwed for this project. So yeah guys, this will be a fun 24-hour challenge. So here's what we have so far. First, we have a buggy interface that hints to two prompts, but we'll ignore that. So right now I can go ahead and say like ls pipe grep like hi, and that'll print. Shouldn't print the prompt, but for whatever reason it prints a prompt and then double prints the prompt. And then we got, if we layer that with a second one, in fact, let's hold off on that right now. Let me pop up in VS Code and we can show you what it looks like there instead. All right, any day now, bro. Any day. Oh, it looks like my laptop CPU is taking a hit. That's why it's so slow. All right, anyways, as soon as this pops up, cool, we can do the following. So let's go ahead and just open our shell again. And we can say, I don't know, maybe something like, let's just do our normal ls5 grep hi. That prints out hi.txt as it should. And then if we do ls pipe grep hi.txt grep, I don't know, whatever, like t for grep t, this will hang. Wait, it didn't hang. What? ls pipe grep hi grep txt. Okay, there we go. So this hangs. And I'm not entirely sure why. So we're gonna start with that. And again, I also spent like 2 hours on this like this morning and today, just literally going through line by line, trying to figure out exactly what the issue is. So I'm kind of nervous doing this again all on stream, just because the last time I did this, again, I was here for hours with literally zero success. But I think stream should kind of be like what like my real life as a programmer looks like. So we'll walk through how this looks like. Are you a third year at 19 years old? Did you skip a grade? No, I'm actually just young. Like I just started school generally early. Although it is worth noting that my birthday is this week, so I will turn 20 in 2 days. So, but yeah, I'm just generally pretty young for my year, but nah, I didn't skip a grade or anything like that. Although at this year or at this rate, I'm probably gonna be repeating a grade. So, yeah, happy birthday! Thank you so much. That'll be fun. This needs to be done before my birthday. I don't want to have this stress just like bothering me. So, yeah, let's just start thinking about ways we can get to debugging this, because again, from experience, like I've struggled for hours trying to get even like the first layer of this to respond. So let's just go ahead and look through the code, kind of get a plan for how we want to approach this, and then we can talk through what we want to do. So from various forum posts that I read, just some context, they say that this issue typically arises if there's some file descriptor that we didn't close, which is really stupid. Like I don't want to complain on stream because that's just counterproductive, but like, oh. So there's some file descriptor that we've opened, could be a pipe, could be an actual file, and somewhere in our code it's either not being opened or not being closed correctly, and that's most likely causing this to hang. But in terms of where our issue is, again, we don't actually have any idea. And I don't know if we can use what's that C debugging tool called? GDB. I didn't consider it, but I don't know if we can use GDB just because there's so many different parts of this project that debugging in GDB might just take forever. Actually, screw it. You know what? It's worth a shot. I'm gonna do it in this window though, just because it's a little bit bigger. So let's just do gdb./shell. And then what is it? Control X, Control A. There you go. So we'll say, what does it start? And then projects did you do in high school? Let me just quickly run through one GDB session and then I'll address that. So anyway, our program is currently hanging if I say ls pipe grep hi.txt grep, let's say hi. Oh, that worked. What the hell? Wait, what? Let's just try it. Hold on, what did we need to get working? If you've completed part 1 through 3, you should be able to execute commands such as ls-al grep command.o. Let's just run this exactly. Right here. No, we need to run it within our own shell. Let's hit that. This literally works. What the fuck? Command.o, but it's not printing out. It's not printing out our result. Okay, odd. Anyway, what kind of projects did I do in high school? So I pretty much like the way I got started was around sophomore year of high school. I got really into web design, so I just thought like making websites was super cool. And let's see, I started by building this iotspace.tech, and this, like, I don't think it's available. Like, you won't find this anywhere else. Shit, www maybe. Yeah, there we go. Let's get past all these unsafe warnings. But yeah, Coordinator was like the first thing I ever built. which was basically like this tracking tool to be able to like, if you and your friends were trying to coordinate to like get to somewhere together, then like right here, like on this little map, it'd show you, it'd show all your friends and say like how far you were from wherever you needed to go. So that was like my first ever kind of like side project, and I thought it was super cool. Like I just thought like making stuff and like building different products was really interesting. um then after that, I got more into like IoT stuff and Raspberry Pi projects. So I started working on some other projects. I think stove sensor was kind of my biggest one, which was like a Pi Zero with a temperature sensor that could tell me when the stove had been left on or not. So this project I actually worked on for like a few years, I think. I forgot how much info I have online, but yeah, this image is going to take forever to render. But yeah, I worked on this project for a while. That was really fun. Tried a couple other Raspberry Pi projects, which didn't really find as interesting. And coming into college, basically, I was just looking for other kinds of side projects to build. And everything I've built since then, you can find here. But again, my philosophy with building side projects is I built stuff which I personally would use myself. I wasn't trying to solve a problem I like thought anyone else in the world had. I just thought like, hey, like this is really cool. I wish I had this in my life. Boom, I built that. So it's been fun, and I think like to this day that's still my guiding philosophy with all side projects is like I only build stuff which I personally would want, I personally would use. And I think being able to kind of tailor side projects for how you would want them and then trying to be able to sell that to other people is a lot easier than trying to think of a problem which other people might have and trying to build for other people. So that's been kind of my route, and it's been fun. Yeah, it definitely shows. I can tell you're very educated, very dedicated. Thank you so much. Yeah, side projecting has been like one of my favorite things, and it's kind of why I started streaming as well, because I wanted to be able to share more about like how I side project and what my creative process looks like, and how I kind of go from nothing to having like some sort of product over various streams. And then this year of school is absolutely nailing me, so I haven't had as much time to do that on stream or whatever, but yeah, hoping that once we kind of knock off this project, my week will clear up and I can go back to our regular scheduled programming. But for now, I have this absolutely useless shell lab that I have no idea how to even start. All right, so this is what our output needs to look like. Let's see, can you all even see this on stream? Yeah, it's kind of small, but it's there. But yeah, we have our output here, and we have our useless shell, which is not printing out anything here. And I think we generally have really inconsistent behavior, because ls pipe grep command crashed here. If I spin open another terminal and do open shell, ls pipe grep, let's say A, works fine. Let's try ls pipe grep command. This also works fine. So this is like the worst. Oh, I guess this is ls-al. No, ls pipe grep command. I cannot zoom in. Stupid. But yeah, ls pipe grep command here and ls pipe grep command here have different behavior, which makes this super hard to debug. Let's see. ls pipe grep command. Try this again. Works fine. It is printing out, I guess, 3 or 2 extra like prompts. That's an easier problem to fix. Let's see, we're running this, and then we do ls. ls should work. ls pipe grep, let's say shell, also works. If you do ls pipe grep shell grep cc, oh sorry, grep cc, That is when things start breaking, but it's not hanging, which is great because our issue before is that we would write this and then it would hang and the tester just wouldn't work. But I guess now we just have inconsistent behavior, which is kind of a worse problem to have because it means that you can't actually reproduce errors as you're building stuff. So yeah, that's terrible. Let's see, what else can we try? Can we try? Let's just try running our tester. So we can go to test shell. And let's just do test pipe 1. All right, another error which I have not seen before. And 3 pipes crashes, or it hangs, which is again the worst error because it means that we don't actually know where things are going wrong. All we know is that something is failing and it could be failing anywhere. So yeah, not fun. Like whatever. All right, we got this. I guess we can start by trying to figure out this error, input and flex scanner failed. And again, I have tested this before. I do know that the error is probably coming somewhere from like whatever this zombie processor is. So just to start, I'm actually going to comment all of this out. Let's exit, make. Okay, comment that out as well. And I think we just need a prompt, we just need to parse. All this other stuff is related to external stuff, part of a different project, which we do need to get working, but let's just get pipes working first, and then we can kind of move forward. Okay, warnings, that's fine. We can deal with those. So let's rerun pipes 1. Still get an error. So for an LS, that works. To LS pipe grep high. This works. And also we're not getting double prompts anymore, which is kind of cool. And let's try like out pipe grep out 1. So again, test multiple pipes. And that hangs. That hangs. Is this schoolwork? This is unfortunately schoolwork. Which, yeah, I've procrastinated on for far too long. And it's due today, like in 24 hours. So hence the title, Doing the Impossible in 24 Hours, because I have to get the start to finish this entire stupid project working, like immediately. In fact, let's bump this up a little bit, so you guys can kind of see what's going on. And I'll expand this over. All right, I guess my face is kind of covering the entire second terminal, but it's not too much interesting stuff going on there. But yeah, Sean, thanks for tuning in. But this is me hating my life decisions up till this point. Okay, anyway, so this input flex scanner failed means that wherever we're trying to scan in an input, which I assume is going to be in this YY parse function, it's not getting the actual input. So let's see what we can do with this message. And I don't think we're going to get very good results from Google, just because it's an error regarding I believe either Lex or Yak, one of these two. And it's just too broad. So we have an internal school forum, which I can use, which hopefully will be a little bit more relevant. Okay, so we need SA restart when we set up a SIG action for a zombie. Okay. SA restart flag in the signal handler. SA restart flag in your signal handler. Print a empty line before the prompt. And let's see, your error means that Lex doesn't detect any input. You want to put some empty input on the terminal before you print the prompt. I had something similar for school. I kept running into random problems of hanging too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, I actually don't have anything to say. This is just the worst. But anyway, the error means that Lex doesn't detect any input, so we're not getting any input. Fine. To prevent this, we want some empty input on the terminal before you print the prompt. I don't know what that means. Why would we want an empty input on the terminal? We literally need an empty string on the terminal? Really? Okay. Although we did comment out basically all our functionality for... Okay, can we just do this? Can we just say printf, empty string, and that's it? It's such a weird... I mean, printing, having the need for an empty string on the terminal doesn't really make too much logical sense. Yeah, I don't know why that would solve it, but let's see. Make sure you're passing the SA restart flag as well. What the hell is our SA restart flag? SA restart flag. So based on, hold on, before I say anything, let's also pull up our textbook. Do CS 252. Oh, it's wild. The first thing that comes up is shell. There's no way this is available. Is to build a shell interpreter. Whoa. This is literally what we need. There's no, this is not supposed to be public. All right, well, if you're a TA watching this, I'm not the one who ratted him out. Let's see. Yeah. Oh shit, there's no way, there's no way. Wow, this is like good and bad. I'm really glad I found this, but it's also terrible I happen to find this on stream. Like there's literal video evidence of me discovering this. But I'm not gonna copy from it, of course, like genuinely. Just because if this is there online, I'm sure that the TAs know about it. Like it's their job to know these things. And they're definitely gonna do some sort of code comparison between this and anything that students submit. I'm curious, before we look at code, no one has raised any comments, issues to forks. Wow, you guys are crazy. Are you allowed to do homework on stream? Technically, no, which I think is like too late, like whatever. But also my stream has like what, like 40 followers and like 3 live viewers at any time. So I'm hoping that the odds that a TA finds this and like reports me are low. And also 90% of the stream is me struggling to get anything working either. Like I've yet to write a single working line of code on stream for this project. So like if anyone is watching my stream in hopes of like figuring out how to do this project, they're not going to find anything. So I don't think like a TA would care. If I was a TA, I would just like laugh at, you know, a poor student in pain. But like I'm not giving away any answers on this stream. So if it was just me like writing code, like just hashing out line after line and just posting this online, that would be an issue. But it's just mostly me kind of struggling as I kind of get one line working. Yeah, at least you got proof that you worked on it on your own. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, maybe this will serve as proof. Anyway, if we have this here, what I do want to look at is let's go ahead and see if we can get like wherever SIGINT needs to be. Let's find out how we need to pass this SA restart flag, because we passed it here. This clearly did not work. So, let's see. In our lab, we have pipes implemented first, and then we have Control C. So, again, I'm doing this a little bit out of order just because I kind of got bits and pieces working in not a very coherent order. But it means that we should be able to completely ignore all of the SIGINT, SIG handler stuff, focus exclusively on getting pipes working, and then we can come back to it. So I want to leave all this code commented out. I want to get pipes working, and then I want to move forward. But that means that we don't have our SA restart flag in our code, which means that this shit still fails. So that's just kind of an overall shitty situation. Yeah, run make, run that, still nothing. See if we can get plus pipe grip. So we have our command works fine when we run it ourselves, right? Just do ls pipe grep high. This works. Also, I don't know why the white balance keeps flipping. I'm just gonna turn this off. What is this? Camera. And let's just turn auto white balance off, because I think this is as we want it. Anyway. So our pipe is working when we execute it ourselves, right? If I say ls pipe grep pi, this works. If I do ls, that works. If I do ls pipe grep, and let me make sure that this does what I want. If I do ls pipe grep out grep out 2, this should show me that out 2 the file does exist. If I do that in my own shell session, ls pipe grep out grep out 2, this hangs. It's a double pipe that's broken. It is the double pipe that's broken. I think if I just do ls pipe grep out, this is what we expect, right? We get a dot out, like whatever, all the other outs. Ls pipe grep, and then yeah, double out is hanging. And the reason I was looking at this error earlier is because this session right here is the auto grader, and test pipes 1 is testing a single pipe, and we're still failing on that because we have some error right here saying input interflex scanner failed. So I'm wondering if we should prioritize for getting test cases working or getting functionality working. And personally, I'm going to go with just functionality, because if we can't get this working, I can always talk to a TA and say, hey, like this functionality was working, there's something in the auto grader that I couldn't, fix. That's easier to say than I spent 4 hours debugging the auto grader and couldn't get that working. So yeah, let's just try to get wherever it's hanging. Let's try to resolve that. I'm not going to worry about the fact that we're getting this weird error about like input into flex scanner. I don't even know what that means, so I will ignore that error, and we'll revisit it hopefully at some point. But also, while debugging, I noticed that if we do ls pipe grep out, right, And let's filter this one more time and say like grep high. Oh, okay, never mind. This also fails. I was noticing that on our other sessions, if I did like a value that was invalid, like ls5 grep high, grep grep high, I noticed that this wasn't hanging before, but it could be the case that it is hanging now. Okay, it is hanging now. So some more consistent behavior on that front. But this is hanging, and I think that's what we're going to focus on today. And again, for those of you who weren't here before, I said that I've spent like many hours off stream debugging this as well. So it's a pretty high chance that I don't get it on stream either, but I don't know. We can walk through it, at least look for places where it might be messed up, and then figure out the best way to move forward with it. But yeah. Oh well. So the command, typically according to forums, this is broken because we have some file handler or some pipe that is left open and not closed where it should be. But the code which I have here is taken almost directly from the textbook. So let's refer back to our new friend in GitHub. Command.cc. I love how it says, do not put this in a public repo like Git. If you want to make this publicly available, you have to remove the code. And this absolute G just posted it. What a legend. Anyway, so our issue right now is we're not calling our opens and close in the right place. Yeah, this is nice. By the way, I don't think I'm gonna I'll probably delete this stream after I finish recording, just because I literally do not think I want this anywhere recorded. But whatever. So let's just compare a few things which I'm looking at. A is that he uses 655 as the code for opening, and I use 600. So I'll go ahead and make a note and see like what does the last int do. GH code, GH uses 0655. Okay, so I can walk through this logic. Not that any of y'all care, but I am recording this stream as evidence. Teach me React to RL reports. Deal. Yeah, no, I got you though. But yeah, good blackmail. Got me there. All right, let's see. This we have. He duplicates the error to redirect standard error to after and then close after. Why we close is beyond me, but if you insist, I will take your word for it. Okay, so we're looking at code here. I already have those same two lines. I think this is, again, literally from the textbook. Duplicate that, close it, whatever. If we have an in file, then set that there. I've also done that already. All right, then we have our for loop for the number of simple commands. Again, this I have done right here. Dupe to ftin 0, close ftin. Yep, did that. All right, so then we have the simple commands comparisons. All right, these are built-in functions which we can come back to because we don't need these working right now. Source, yes, we're gonna skip all of this. Okay, cool, we come to the end of that. So this is where we're reading from now. We got if out file. So yeah, so if there's an out file, go ahead and set our output there. Else create a pipe and redirect the pipe. I literally have this already word for word, so I'm pretty sure he copied this from a textbook too, or somewhere else. But yeah, again, we got a pipe created. We set our output, we set our input, and we redirect our output file to standard output, and then close. Tube2 ftout1, close ftout, yes. We do that exactly. We create a fork. And let's see what's next. Size T, simple commands, arguments. Yeah, this is the stuff I already have as well. He uses a size T here, which I'm going to use as well, just because I get compilation warnings every single time I run. So let's see if those get rid of them. No, it does not get rid of it. All right, I'm not going to touch this logic because it works. This is resolving compiling errors or compiling warnings, which we can really just figure out at a later time. I'm not too stressed about trying to get these working right now. Like priority is we got to get functionality working. So we'll skip this. All right, but if we're in the child, then print environment stuff. Yeah, we got that. Exit, we got that. If there was an error, all right, then we can return an error. Again, not what we need to focus on. We need to focus on our file descriptors. So let's go back to those. So after we exit, we got temp in, temp out, temp error, reset all of those. I guess I never set error back to whatever it should be. Tube2 TMP error, set that to 2, and then we have to close all 3 file descriptors. Close TMP error, and we don't touch our file descriptors. All right, so call the background wait process, call clear, call to prompt. Okay. So we have now mirrored pretty much his entire logic for handling file descriptors. If this still doesn't work, then I don't know, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, ls pipe grep, hi pipe grep txt. It still gets hung. What if his code is broken? Dude, if his code is broken, that'd be the ultimate troll. Maybe that's why TAs left it up, is that like they'd find like poor students like me trying to find this source code out of desperation, trying it, and it still fails. That'd be so funny. There is a way in which I could like clone this repo, put it on my machine, and try to run it, but that is like that's actually not a bad idea. Oh, let's read this readme. Okay, you cannot copy it. All basic skeleton code, whatever. Also all code. Wait, also all codes what I additionally implemented is stored in Purdue Central Git as well. So you cannot copy this code. Okay, then why is it public? Whatever. The goal of this project is to create a shell. What implemented, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Yeah, this project is not changed in 2 years. So your professor could track everything, fine. Here's how we're gonna get around that. I can clone this. I can go into our machine and let's just exit this. Oh no, fuck. Quit, yes, clear. I can go into CS252. I can git clone this, and I can go into, what was it called, my shell. In the make file, I can check for any sort of commit messages, because every time you run make, it actually is committing. So we just need to remove any lines that will commit that I got this file. Looks like our git commit make file is empty anyway, so I don't think this is going to commit anything. Just a quick check for other git messages. Okay, so here's what we can do. We can say make shell. Okay, that's an error. Is that a warning or is that an error? That's just a warning. So do we have a shell? Our shell did compile. Did it? It did. I grep. Even we don't have prompt messages for whatever reason, but that's fine. Okay, we assume the ls pipe grep command. That works. ls pipe grep command grep cc. There's no way his code also hangs. That is impossible. Are you kidding me? Oh no, you know what? It didn't hang. It did not hang. I'd misspelled it. ls pipe grep command grep cc. You know, no, not so fast. I actually messed up there. It did work. It does work. It compiles, it runs, which means that we can use this. We just need to figure out where the hell we're messing up. Fuck, okay. I guess that's good. It's because we have working code, which means we have something to fall back on. So that's kind of fucked. Anyways, let's see, let's think. Command.cc. Our error does have to be in here. Yeah, because in our case, it straight up actually does hang. But if the issue is in opening or closing shit, we did compare all the possible ways in which we could have misopened or misclosed an actual file descriptor. So that's a little confusing. Could walk through this code again and do another check, but again, I know my code well enough that I can look through this and basically figure out where our differences are. Oh, you know what? I have another idea. Let's deconstruct his code and figure out clear where our differences come up. Because again, I know my code well enough that I think we can put these two side by side. Yeah, I'm gonna cover chat. Sorry, whatever. We'll check messages later. Yeah, so let's see. We can pull up VS Code, put this side by side with this, and then probably get a sense for where things are wrong. Take notes, guys. This is how we get past college CS classes. All right, so our code starts at this point. We got our temp in, temp out, temp error. Shouldn't matter because setting or just initializing them or setting them to 0 does the same thing logically, but whatever. All right, so if we have an in file, if append, then open this, and we'll just use mode 655. Shouldn't make a difference yet because That's not where our error is right now, but we'll humor the compiler. All right, so else fdiff error is equal to dupe temp error, right? Dupe to fdir, close fdir, right? If you have an in file, then open that. All right, we can resume comparison here. If we have an out file, oh, they don't have these two lines. I'll just try making it. At this point, I mean, we're just shooting in the dark. Anything that might work is something we have to try. All right, grep hi, grep txt, still hangs. So, quit. Yeah, wow, our code is identical. It's actually identical. Which makes me more worried because that means that our difference in the error might be somewhere else in the code. And that is super, super worrisome, because that means that it's not just one file, it's an entire set of files we'll have to go through where the error could actually be somewhere else. Damn. Okay, so yeah, comparing code was useless because it pretty much had everything already. If we do ls pipe grep hi, still hangs. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little stuck here. I think what I'm going to do, at least now, is do a more thorough inspection between yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and SSH into the server. and I'll pull up his project versus mine. Why didn't that do anything? And then, yeah, I guess we can compare other files. And potentially see like where errors could be arising. Okay, why is this not SSHing? Wow, even VS Code isn't working. All right, bet. All right, fuck that, whatever. What's the next best thing we can do? We can clone this locally and open VS Code through there. Yeah, so I just cloned everything locally. I'll open up in my own VS Code local session because for whatever reason I can't access it remotely. And I guess we can start like a really thorough comparison between these two, which is going to be really time intensive, so I'm not really looking forward to this. We can't execute locally either, which is kind of sucks, but whatever. Our goal is basically looking through every possible, like every corner of this project, looking for some way in which we can run comparisons between these two and figure out where the differences are, because there's some part of this which I have just dearly messed up. Okay, we're gonna do this. I think the best way to debug this is not gonna be comparing line by line, just because I mean a lot of our code is similar. Like I'm looking at this and I realize that like logically there's very little difference. So I'm thinking we might just debug what we have ourselves using something like GDB, which I know we talked about doing a little bit earlier, but I think that might be our best bet. We can compare some files where I think there might be issues, and then if we don't find anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do what I just run it using GDB instead, because this is gonna be a pain in the ass to go through line by line of every single possible code. All right, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I'm starving right now, so I'm getting cranky. So I'm gonna go grab something to eat, Probably just Pop-Tarts, to be honest. Or I don't know, maybe like make a meal or something. But yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I will probably return, hopefully with a little bit more like patience for walking through this line by line, because I'm starting to think of places where we could be going wrong. But at this point, we're ripping like into the core of this project, like first few checkpoints, and retesting a lot of that just to make sure that something is not fucked up there. So yeah, I will BRB. Let me eat something a little bit, get a little less cranky, and get back to this grind. So see you in a few minutes. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I just saw messages in chat. Is test local? Yeah, test is local right now. Um, because I cloned like everything he had locally, and I'm just gonna run this all locally. Maybe copy the whole file. Yeah, I don't remember context for this because I didn't see when this message was sent, but that's pretty much what I think I ended up doing, just running it locally. If I replace your whole file with his and it doesn't hang, it means error is in the file. So the reason why I'm hesitant to actually copy everything over is because every time I run make, it commits all of my history. Oh, actually, I can get around that. I was going to say the issue is that if I copy his file and I put it into my project and run it from my project, it will like push that code into GitHub and into this like their error checker, and it'll see that like I've copied. But I can get around that by running make without pushing code. It's still dangerous, but you know what? Let's just do it. Whatever. At this point, like, just kick me out of school already, man. Like, I'm so done. So we'll just copy literally the entire source code of this project. We're gonna put it in here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Save. Now here is the part which I cannot mess up. When I run make, I need to make sure that I do not push this code into GitHub. Okay, so you see all this? We cannot afford to run any of this. So I'm just gonna comment everything out. And again, there is like a make command which I can run which just wouldn't call this, but I can't risk any of it. Just make sure that that doesn't get pushed into Git. And then I can say quit that, clear, make shell. Oh god, which failed. Let's see, against structure command error count was not declared. Suggested alternative. Okay, we can resolve this. Again, I really hope we're not going down a rabbit hole here of just, you know, putting in like incorrect or putting in other people's code and then just getting absolutely fucked in the end. But I think what we can do is we can open command.hh and it'll be, there we go, int count is just a value, just something we're missing. So let's put this in here. Clear, make shell. Oh boy. That compiled. ./shell ls pipe grep hi grep txt. Oh my god, that worked. Sean, I hope you're still watching. You absolute madman. That actually did work. But at what cost? So we know the error is actually something that we're doing wrong, which is good. That's awesome. But fuck, I don't know what the error is. At least we know where to start though, which is really good. So yeah, shout out Sean. If I get expelled though, dude, this is totally on you. But yeah, let me actually go get something to eat again because I'm still starving, but good to know that at least it is something in this file, which means we don't have to rewrite a lot of the other stuff which I was initially thinking of doing. So that's cool. Let me actually get something to eat now and we'll BRB, kind of pick this up, kind of moving after. So yeah, y'all, see y'all in a bit. Peace. All right, I'm back. Um, so made check this out. I don't know if I can show this on stream. Made this dry ass chicken sandwich and some sausages. So that's lunch for today. Anyway, so last thing we just looked at is we got our command file working by basically copying the entirety of someone else's. So I want to go ahead and again undo that. Have what we have before, because we can't submit someone else's code. So I'll just go ahead and make that. And ensure that everything we have still works. If I do ls, there we go, ls pipe grep hi, one pipe still works. And if I do, oh shit, what the hell, that didn't work. Oh, hold on, you guys can't see my screen. Monitor. Yeah, so what I just ran, if you do shell ls pipe grep hi, it's actually booting me off the session, as in it's go ahead and ending the session right there. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a longer change, and actually I don't want to do the rest of this on stream. So here's what I'm going to do. I know that I just kept, I guess, one viewer waiting for 45 minutes while I made food. I'm actually going to go ahead and end, oh shit. I'm actually going to go ahead and probably just end stream here, because what I need to do from here is really deeply focus, understand where I'm messing up, and kind of move from there. It's going to be more challenging, and I don't think I could continue, at least right now, on stream. Also because I'm eating, so just kind of makes talking harder. So here's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and try to get at least this stage working, get back on sort of a reasonable route where I can kind of start going and making progress again. And then I'll resume stream, just make a part 2 of this. Because again, this is a 24-hour challenge. I will probably be awake for, I guess, the next 20 hours or so, kind of grinding the rest of the shit out. So yeah, I'll probably continue this a little bit later today, depending on how progress is going. But I'm going to call this stream here, just deeply focused, try to get pipes working, and I'll report back once we're done with that. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who joined. Shout out to Sean for kind of pointing me in the right direction, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Peace.